Can't see the fire. Hi, everyone. Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. Wow, we've got so many of you here already. So excited to see you. For those who are new, I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation. I have off wing, who I'm not going to put on camera. I have learned, Ms. Jessica Lee. Ms. Well, Mrs. Jessica Lee Sandler for that matter, but going by Ms. Jessica Lee. She's off camera. Well, we just lost 8 people just like that. Some are back. So excited to see you. We were off for Christmas. We are off for New Year's. We have so much to share with you and tell you about. Before we dive right in, as I like to say, we have a group coaching class coming up starting next week where you can join us, you can participate, you can help shift your life and take it to the next level. And Jessica just made a flash sale for you, our YouTubian family. And that flash sale is only going to be for 24 hours. What is this group class? We're going to help you find your purpose, your path, your direction, help you to manifest your dreams, help you to get clear about your things, help you to keep from shooting yourself in the foot. We're going to meet together once a week, each Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock if you're here on Mountain Time. It's going to be a nice, small, intimate group. We're going to get together and we're going to help each of us to move forward on our path. Each week, I'm going to teach you a new tool. I say actually, Jessica is coaching with this too. Woohoo! Each week, we are going to teach you a new tool. You're going to be able to interact directly with us. If you're shy, you can be off camera because this is like a conference call. If you're really shy, you can be off the microphone too. We won't put you on the spot. We almost won't even know you're there. But you'll get taught tools, you'll get homework, you'll get individualized attention, you'll get to get your questions asked. And this really is an opportunity to transform your life for the new year. Now, on top of that, the reason I am most excited about this is we are going to do group intention work, which means we're going to meditate together, helping you to bring about your dreams. We have on Ling McTaggart several times on the show. She talks about the power of 8. You get a group of 8 people or more together focused on one common intention, and it helps to bring that about. We're going to amplify that because we're going to be working on each other's challenges together. And we've also got some coaching members, either present or past, people who've been a part of our one-on-one coaching program. So they're more advanced meditators, more advanced in this process. They're going to be along for the ride too, which means this is going to turn into a high-level mastermind program. What's a mastermind? It's something Napoleon Hill first talked about, which is if you get to go together a group of people who are on the same path with similar goals, you can't help but succeed from the energy of the group, the power of the group, the ideas that come about from the group, and the intention work. So we're going to be having that next week. We would love, love, love to have you in the group. It will be the flash sale. I guess what I'm supposed to tell you about the sale is it's, I think, over a third off right now. So we've got it for just 24 hours at $300 off for you. So that comes to $250 a month for 3 months, and it's a 10-week program each Wednesday night, or $650 total. Jessica is putting the links down there for you to find out about it. I'm not going to put her on the spot, but I'm going to say this twice so that she hears me. I'm not going to put her on the spot. I'm not going to put her on the spot. But however, do you have anything you want to say or share about the program if I was not to put you on the spot? No. There we go. All right. On top of that, and we'll be talking more about why she's off camera here in a second. On top of that, our coaching, our one-on-one individual coaching is booked out into November. Booked out into February. However, I was realizing we don't have any time slots for you to actually make a free session with me to find out if coaching is right for you. So we just opened up quite a few time slots over the next couple of weeks for your opportunity. I guess I had 3 I just opened for this week, 2 filled within, I don't know, half an hour. So we have a few time slots open for free one-on-ones, free sessions with me to see if coaching is right for you. Ask your questions as well over the next couple of weeks. Jessica's going to put the link for you to find out about that right away. with that said, I really wanted to share with you about manifestation for the new year, about being able to intend and manifest almost anything you desire. I like to say for your highest good and the highest good of all, because we're not alone on this journey. We're not really in charge of this journey. We're here in this Earth School to learn certain lessons. So if what we want to manifest will help us to learn those lessons, it comes about with this work. If not, then you become like Sisyphus, pushing a rock uphill only to have it continually roll back down the hill almost on top of you. But we can give it the best effort possible. And so I want to teach you all about that tonight. With that said, I'm seeing if I can get into the energetic state to share with you a beautiful manifestation story of mine that's been a good 20 or more years in the running. Our energetic state is chipper, is happy, but is a bit subdued this evening. So if you're on our mailing list, and if not, get on the mailing list. We give you tools each week. We give you updates. We give you behind the scenes stuff, and we help you to truly shine bright. So come on over to inspirenationshow.com and get on our mailing list. If you're on our mailing list, you know that one of our dear, dear friends, she's been at almost every single one of the YouTube lives. She's been at almost all of our group coaching classes over the last year for automatic writing, for magical morning routine. And her name is Carla Solberg, and she is one of the absolute dearest people and friends and angels and spirits. And I'm about to cry, so I'm going to do my best here. She passed away last night, I guess about 22 and a half to 23 hours ago. Jessica had just come back from a Dr. Joe Dispenza retreat, manifestation and energetic retreat down in Mexico with Carla. And so I went from my last coaching session with her last Wednesday to her gone today. If you've been on YouTube, if you've been at these events, then you've seen her with the name Carla off on the side. She asks beautiful, beautiful questions. And if you ever heard her laugh, she has the most beautiful Buddha laugh in the world. So I know she's up there. I'm like wanting to say, I send you love. And I can hear she would send us love because she's in such an awesome place right now. She's not in pain. She's not suffering. I'm sure she's dancing a jig. But she might, or not she might, we might be a little bit fuzzy and subdued because of that. So with that said, I want to talk about, I'm going to crank this up. We're going to go for it. I want to talk about manifesting for the new year. And Jessica, do I go for it? Do I share the story? Do I do what I can? She said, mm-hmm. So there's a lot of tears here. I've had 2 near-death experiences, and that's almost irrelevant to this discussion, except that I know a little bit. I know a fraction, an infinitely small fraction of what's on the other side. I can't even say I know that much. What I do know is she's absolutely, positively, unequivocally, without a shred of doubt, in a better place and dancing a jig and happy as heck and rooting for us and supporting us. With that said, we miss her dearly. A loss is still a loss. I would never tell somebody everything happens for a reason. Something great will come out of it. Yes, something always great does come out of a loss, but a loss is still a hole in your heart. And that hole may never heal. And so like, I'm wanting to check email this afternoon for her. She's usually the first person who shows up at the show. I'm wanting to check and say, hey, has Carla gotten here? Jessica always gets her the link privately because she was always a little bit internet challenged, shall we say. And so Jessica's like, but I can't get her a link this afternoon. I'm guessing she's got the hyperlink, the real hyperlink at this point. So Carla, if you're listening, we love you. And do we have the manifestation story for you? Because we manifested a Tesla. Woohoo! Now, for those of you who aren't into cars, you can manifest anything you desire. If you're a car nut like I am, then all the way back to when you were a kid getting to park golf carts at 12 years of age, when you lied and said you were 16, at the local golf course, you got to drive vehicles all day. That was like the dream job. And you're driving these electric carts around and you're going, someday, why don't they have an electric car now? Someday I will have an electric car. And you put that dream out there. Someday I will do that. You fast forward to your adult. You are a car nut. You say, I want to go from an American car to a BMW, to a Porsche, to a Ferrari. And you focus on this, not as a materialistic goal, but just as a carrot for yourself. And I went from the BMW. I went to the Porsche. I got, we'll call it a baby Maserati. And then I said, I need to go in an electric car. The next car has to be electric. Jessica came into my life at that time. We put up these vision boards of where we wanted to go, what we wanted to do. There were no fully electric cars at that time. So we put on a cool Prius. I laugh at it now, but I loved this thing at the time. Put it up on our vision board. We moved to Maui, I think only a couple years later. And what do you know? We manifested a Prius. It was actually not the ideal car for me. It made me drive like Grandpa Pa. I was so slow driving this little toaster oven, but it was a step on our path. I kept writing at that time that I wanted an electric car. It's so important. We so grossly overestimate what we can do in the moment, radically underestimate what we can do over a lifetime. I had somebody write me recently and said he was actually pretty young. And he said, I'm not sure how much of this law of attraction and manifestation stuff to believe because I keep putting it out there and it hasn't come true. He'd only been trying for months or maybe a year, or a little bit over that. It seems like, well, if I'm not getting what I want in a year, then why keep trying? You gotta be in there for the long game. It's never about the short game. Universe will give you almost anything you want and more if you hang in there for the long term. What does that mean? You make a decision, you stick with it, you don't give up. Notice I didn't say you force the rock uphill. This isn't about force. You put it in your heart, you put it in your prayers, you step forward and you allow things to unfold. I've talked about it a lot. The show is phenomenal. It's taken off more than our wildest dreams. And yet I want to reach so many more people. So many more. I want a viral show. I want people to tweet this and for it to go out to the world and for us to have millions rather than thousands or hundreds of thousands. It will come in its time. So you write it. You put it out there. You don't have to force it or beat a dead horse, so to speak, but you put it out there continuously. We got back to New Jersey, a story I talk about frequently. We'd been on Maui for 3.5 years. We were leveled, flattened, everything but bankrupt, but we were pretty much zeroed out. And a year or two in, we've got at this point, when we first got there, we had no car. Technically, we had a car. I'm looking at it now. We had a car in our driveway, but we didn't even have the funds to get it titled or registered at that point. So it sat for months. I was finally gifted with a vehicle. I think part out of my manifestation work, working on a vehicle, because how often do cars fall out of the sky? It was a miracle of miracles. And then 2 years later, in a better financial position, and we test drove a car, wasn't electric, fell in love with it, wasn't quite the right fit, didn't push the issue, but went back to writing almost each and every day about having that car, picturing driving that car, picturing how that car would feel, and most importantly, the emotion behind it. And then I would write out, of course, or something better. And then I let it go for a while, didn't write about it, came to us living in North Carolina. We were gifted with a new to us car to use for a while there. The opposite of an electric car, a Jeep, but God, was it fun. And I'm doing my manifestation work again and focused on this, then let it go. We got out here to Colorado. Big expenses, moving the business, moving everything, got into our dream home here. And I let the idea go, but every once in a while, I would write about it and write about, most importantly, how this vehicle would make me feel. In fact, if you listen back on our shows, anytime that I talk about manifestation work or talk about a car, I'll joke and say Ferrari, and then I'll go, or you could get yourself a Tesla. that would be even cooler. It was there. I was planting the seeds, and I was specifically mentioning it. A lot of law of attraction experts say, well, you don't want to mention it to others because if you do, it's going to get snuffed out. It's not going to happen, or God will laugh. I believe quite the opposite. Mention it as if it's already there. We go to see our accountant this fall, and fall. We go to see our accountant 2 weeks before the new year. We're going over everything. We're planning for the head. We're doing our budget work. We're looking at how we can really set ourselves up for success in the new year. And I want to challenge you. Make it a budget. Look at it. Look at what's coming your way. Plan for the future. Don't be scared of the numbers, but lean into it. Something I've had to work on getting better at myself. But lean into it or snuggle up with the edge of the cliff and be willing to look over that edge. The more you get comfortable with it, the more you will grow and expand. Last question. We're at the accountant's. And I'm gonna pretend to be Jessica here because I don't want to have to actually put her on the mic. And I said, Jessica, what's the last question that I asked? What you asked is, would this be a good time to get a car? And that's what I asked the accountant. Would this be a good time to get a car? And Jessica, what did he say? He said, actually, with your tax situation, it'd be a great time to get a car. And I said, how about electric? And he said, with the tax benefits, it would be the most awesome time to get an electric vehicle. It would be better than ever. And they're like, all these tax credits, money coming back, all this good stuff. And my gears kind of switch, and I'm like, really? I have 2 weeks. Now you've got to understand something about me. And I'm going to ask Jessica here again. I'll put her in quotes. Jessica, do I shop quickly for anything? Oh, no, that'd be somewhere between no and hell no. So I do my homework. I check things twice. I take my time. I put it out there to the universe. I step back. I never make a quick decision. I'll make a quick decision, but I'll always step back and pause and see what comes up. I will basically meditate on things. And yet we had 2 weeks to pull off buying an amazing automobile that was admittedly a stretch from us, if only energetically for us to grow into. I'm not known for spending a lot of money on things, but if I buy something, I only want the best. I don't like to settle. Not the best as far as the best brand or designer clothing or anything like that. I want something that is functionally the best that I can get, and I'm willing to wait years rather than get something that's subpar unless I need it. If I need it, that's a different story, but I'm willing to wait. But now I had 2 weeks to pull this off. I went back. I went into my automatic writing. I'm like, what in the world do I do? Do I get a car? Do I not get a car? I sat with it. I soul searched. I meditated. I'm going to talk about all these different techniques here in a minute with you. And at first we made the decision, well, let's try to get a car. And it was basically this on again, off again, ebb and flow over a couple week period. Interesting things happen. Things like finding out that we wanted to get this car in a brilliant, shine bright yellow. And the one salesperson in Denver I'm speaking with happens to be the one who sold a car to the guy who got his wrapped in yellow. And I had spoken with the same store that had spoken or had done the wrap for this one guy out of a town of several million people. I found the right store, the right person, the right shop, the right person. And so I watched these synchronicities come together. And I watched as things ebbed and flow. I did lots and lots of asking in automatic writing. I did lots and lots of stepping back. Honestly, there were many opportunities where I said, if this is going to happen, it's going to happen, but I am not going to drive the ship. That's something I can't recommend enough in all of your manifestation work. Don't force that stone uphill. Put it out there. Put it in your dreams. I'm going to bed each night. I'm going, thank you for the Tesla if it's meant to be. Thank you for the Tesla if it's meant to be. I picture myself driving it, but I also put it out there with the or something better. If this is meant to be, that's perfect. We were doing so much manifestation work. I think Jessica was actually doing more than me, and she was doing it maybe combined with her Dr. Joe Dispenza meditation work. We came home one day toward the end of December, and I think she said something like, where's the car? And what she meant by that is she couldn't understand why the Tesla wasn't already in our driveway. She had already manifested it so thoroughly in her mind, it was there. Now, the long story short, we ran into many challenges and hurdles. Limited supply, cars not available here, have to drive a car from across the country to get it. And can only finance this vehicle, can't finance that vehicle, can't finance and then this amount, but could do it in that amount, could only get it with this, but couldn't get it with that. All of these pieces, we had to put our idea out there, put our feeling out there, step back and allow. Put it out there, step back, allow, and not get in our own way. Something I'm going to be talking with you about in just another short minute. End of the day, we are at January 8th right here, and it all worked out. This Saturday, we will take, well, we've already taken delivery. We've got it to the shop. We will take, I don't know what you call it. Get behind the wheels. I don't know if you can see this here. Oh, is it in here? Oh, can I pull this out? This is actually, it's the most technologically advanced car in the world. It will literally drive itself. It has this thing called autopilot. And this is the key. It's basically a hotel key you get with your vehicle. You either use this or your phone. There is not even well, I guess you can get it as a bonus add-on key fob. It doesn't even come with that. It's a fully electric vehicle. But we manifested a Tesla, and we manifested a brilliant, bright yellow Tesla. We'll show pictures of it as soon as we have it. We're so excited about it, but it's with all the tools we used here. And I'm going to say a big woohoo, because the inner child in me has not wrapped myself around the concept of something that's been so many years in the running that I kept putting it out there, kept allowing, kept saying, or something better, but didn't shoot myself in the foot. Although I'll tell you more about that in a minute. That is a tendency of mine in the past, and it came about. So, all right, let's jump into some tools to help you manifest your Tesla or something better. Now, I guess a last note on this, because Jessica was really pushing me to get this vehicle. And actually, there was a night where I had pretty much given up. I was running into either financing issues or finding the right model issues, or I was going to have to drive a car through snowstorms back from Baltimore without the battery range to get here. And I'm going, this just doesn't feel right. Why do I continue trying? And I had to ask her what her women's intuition was telling her. Because between you and me, you want to block your ears there for a second? She is never wrong on the big stuff. Never, ever. Her intuition is spot on, and she was saying, you need to get this car. Because energetically, she wanted me to grow into it. Now, I'm not about making an expense just to make an expense, and I'm certainly not about going into debt. But we have some crazy, brilliant ideas of what we want to do with this. We actually want to run a show. I think she's calling it Spiritual Gurus in Teslas Getting High, meaning driving in Colorado, interviewing them in a car. We have some great ideas. And her intuition was this is actually going to help bring things to the new level. Because we're already there, but there's something special about having that dream car in hand and the emotion that's behind it. That's what I'm really trying to tell you about. It's all about the emotion. Whatever it is you want in life can be yours first and foremost, as long as it's in alignment with the universe, but it's about the emotion behind it. So first activity, I've got like 10 or 12 different things I want you to do to help manifest here tonight. So I'm going to go through them kind of quickly so we can get some questions. First off, if you haven't done so, get a mind map going. This is where you take, I was supposed to have that prop here, large piece of paper, circle in the center, put 2019 and then make that the hub of your wheel. And you want to put in the spokes, all of the things that you'd want for this year. Is it greater health? Is it greater wealth? Is it a new job? Is it a partner? Is it a baby? Something we've been working on. Is it a puppy, a kitty? Is it feeling more at peace? Is it more of a spiritual journey? A dive in on the inside, more time to pause, more time to be. Is it being able to handle your finances, your taxes, overcoming a big hurdle, an audit, whatever it is, get it down on your map. You don't need to know any of the specifics now. I want to repeat that. You don't need to know any of the specifics now. That will take care of itself over time. Get it down though on paper, and particularly the emotion behind it. That's what's most important. When I pictured myself driving the car in New Jersey, I wrote occasionally about the electric, but I thought that was out of reach. So I just wrote about what the emotion would feel of being behind the wheel of my whatever. I guess at the time I was looking at a BMW 3 Series convertible. What it felt like to be behind the wheel, to have that freedom, to have that taut steering, to have that responsive car. I used to write for, I think it was called Bimmerfast or Bimmerworks. It was the BMW publication for Colorado. I was a big BMW nut, would drive them on the track and would write articles about this. So I have loved that nice, tight sports car feel. And so write about the emotion and leave that wiggle room, right? Or something better. And allow the universe to bring you that or something better. In our case, to bring us the bright red, that's funny. To bring us the bright yellow Tesla. Secondly, it's 2019. It's bright and early, bright and spanking early for the new year. Come up with your theme for the year. If you haven't done so, read it, write it, talk about it almost daily. It will remind you of what's most important. Our theme is leverage and love, which is wild because we spoke with, I think a show aired just a couple of days ago, Dr. Michael Lennox, leading astrologist out there, amazing dream interpreter as well. He wrote an amazing dictionary of dream terms. I think it's Llewellyn's Dream Dictionary. And we're talking about this coming year. Now, I'm not an astrologist. I don't play one on TV. But what I do know is the way the signs are working out, we've got Saturn and Jupiter coming together for this year. And those are the two big planets that are ruling our year. What does that mean? Saturn is about logistics. It's about putting systems in place. It's about rules and order. Jupiter is all about love, heart, and passion. So I didn't even realize it. I call it the year of leverage and love. Leverage, I want to put the systems in place so that I can help reach more of you, so that we can get more amazing guests on the show, so that we can take this show to an entirely new level by putting more systems in place, by getting a dream team in place, and by being able to do more outreach, to do more time with all of the pieces that matter the most and less time doing what doesn't matter the most or what somebody else can do a better job at. That's leverage. Love is about how can we get into a state of love, be more in a state of love, share more love, love ourselves up more, love others more, love you more. And how can we bring two of those things to fruition? Just turns out they happen to match perfectly with the planets of the year. So I want you to write out your theme. And each and every day, remember what that is. Write it out again. What is my SMP for the year? Well, my single-minded purpose. Two things. How much can I leverage me? Can I leverage Jessica? Can I leverage the show to reach more people and do all the things we want to do? Two, how much can I stay in a place of love? So each day, leverage love, leverage love. Write out your theme. Next, each morning, I'd like you to write out what you'd like to see in the new year. You can use our Woohoo 8 tool. We have that in our programs, but you can also find that on several of our YouTube lives. So I don't want to go over that in great detail here. Or you can simply write it out free form. And I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I'm going to share with you my private writing from this morning, my free form manifestation work. So what did I do this morning? I got up, I gave thanks, I did a moment of gratitude. I told myself how I am enough, how I love myself. I sat down at the computer. I did my heart coherence work, which I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. I did my automatic writing. And then before I'm allowed to get up and out of that chair, I had to do my manifestation work. You want to do this every morning before you go to work, before you give your time to anybody else, before you turn on the email. Please do your work on yourself. Every successful person almost in the history of the planet has front-loaded the hard stuff. Front load you first. Do your manifestation work, then sort of give away your day to others. Do what you can to hold your power, but at least you've got this done. So this is literally what I wrote in the raw this morning that I'm going to read to you. That was a bit of my manifestation work. It was just free-form getting in the emotional state. And what I wrote is, thank you for 1 million viewers on YouTube. The strongest, most amazing knees for running hills and mountains and beyond. Snowshoeing like a champion. The most amazing running skis. The most amazing backcountry skis. The most amazing skating skis. Running hills with no effort. Running down hills with grace and ease. How does it get any better than this? A closer relationship with Jessica. The most healthy, happy, sleep through each night. Super strong and smart and kind and compassionate baby girl, or something better. The most amazing health for my parents and Jessica's parents. The most amazing show to help change the world. The most amazing show to help change the world. Working 4 days a week at the end of 2019. Working 4 days a week max by entering my book writing year of 2020. A ghostwriter and publisher to help me get my books out. A ghostwriter and publisher to help me get my books out. And that goes on and on. More time to just be. More time to travel. A visit to my parents by the end of February. A dream team to help us reach the world. A dream team to help us reach more people. A dream team to give us the time to bring on board the most amazing guest. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? What I did is I put myself in a state of possibility with as much positive as emotion as I could bring to it. Now, a funny thing happens when you do this each morning. First off, you feel great. You start the day on fire. It's infectious. It's contagious. The next thing that happens is you start to bring these things about. First off, you're putting your order in with the universe. But secondly, we're all given decisions through the day that will bring us closer to our dreams or farther away from our dreams. The more you remind yourself of what your dreams are, the more you're going to step forward toward them. Tesla, no Tesla. Build the show, not build the show. Reach 10x, 100x people. Help raise the vibration of the planet. Shift consciousness. Elevate humanity to a new level. You write that out each day, which is our mission, and we write it out each and every day. The mission's not the car. It's way beyond that. To shift consciousness, elevate humanity. You write that out each and every day, and you can't help but set yourself on the path. Next, I was talking about this earlier when it comes to the car, and I realized that's an example that took a couple decades to come about. Oh my God, do I regret that it took so long? They didn't have such a car like this when I was putting it out there. Oh my God, just driving it in the 16 miles from the dealership to the wrap store. It was the best handling, accelerating, feeling, everything in car I've ever experienced, and the most eco. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We run off a hydroelectric here in Colorado where we are. I get to plug it in at night and basically run the vehicle off of water. How does it get any better than this? I realize everything has its eco pluses and minuses. In fact, we have an amazing eco guest coming on in a few days. But wow, wow, wow. So don't worry if the dream doesn't manifest in the moment. We often get down ourselves and shoot ourselves in the foot when it doesn't manifest. There's a danger in that. It doesn't come about right away. We go, it'll never come about. Those people will never come to the show. And we give up just when the going gets good. Now, with that said, I don't mind if you get down for a moment or two. If I ask Jessica, do I get down for a moment or two? Are you kidding? You get down way more than that. She's right. But I bounce back quickly. It's okay to have an oh crap moment. It's okay to have a moment where you feel, damn, it's not working out. Allow yourself to grieve, allow yourself to feel it, and then go, it's going to work out even better. I just don't know how, which it actually will. So what you want to make sure is that you don't dwell on it. Because if you stay in the dweller, that's where the problems occur. What's the dweller? That's that deep down place under where you're at right now, where you think that negative thought over and over and over again. So what's interesting is we're talking about manifestation here tonight. But more important than the mind maps, than the putting it out there, than the vision work, than all of this stuff is keeping yourself out of the dweller, keeping from the ruminating negative thoughts that shoot us down and prevent your dreams from becoming possible. How do we keep ourselves out of the dweller? I'm going to give you the most powerful tool for this. I've been sharing this with all of my coaching clients since the beginning of the year. If it's appropriate, if it comes up, and I want to share it with you. It's a linking exercise, or basically the antidote to the negative dwellings where our mind always wants to go. So what I want you to do is get a sheet of paper, 2 columns on it, A column, B column. A column, I want you to write down what you're dwelling on. Write down all of the different dwellings, all of the different places that your mind goes to. Our minds are addicted to the negative. Where your mind goes to, that goes on one column. The other column is the antidote to that. So, for instance, you might say, column A, oh my God, we don't have a million people or whatever on YouTube. That's not really a common concern. We're getting there. But let's say, okay, let's use a more realistic concern for everybody out there. I don't have enough money. That goes in column A. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. Scared, fear. That goes column A. Column B, the antidote. I'm going to write out 10 new ways to make money each time that I think I don't have enough money. Or maybe it's each time I say I don't have enough money, I'm going to say, yes, I do, and it's coming. Find something that is a state change that you link to the negative. Whatever that is. I'm lonely, I'm depressed. I'm looking for others, they're coming into my life. I'm lonely, I'm depressed. I'm going to step forward today by doing X, Y, or Z. I'm lonely, I'm depressed. Whenever I think that, I'm going to take one simple action, no matter what that action is. You link that negative to something positive, and the funny thing happens. First off, it's a complete and total energetic state change. Secondly, you're going to manifest whatever it is you want because you haven't gone to the dark side. You've shifted, you've linked, you've turned the negative into a positive. You absolutely positively flipped it on its head. Next, and this comes back to Carla, she really got me thinking with her passing about what goes on in our minds that limits us and holds us back. And I've had an inability to coach over the last week or two without calling people on their BS. And I'm the kind, gentle, loving, easy, good coach who just wants to give everybody a hug. But the fact of the matter is we all have BS inside of us. We're all telling ourselves lies, and we're all holding ourselves back by the lies we tell ourselves. It's sort of like we say, I'm going to step forward, and then we go and shoot ourselves in the foot. I didn't shoot myself in the foot. I said I want to step forward. I don't know why it didn't happen, but we're shooting ourselves in the foot. So in my case, what's my BS? And Jessica can call me on this left and right. She can even use her voice rather than mine, which is I say, I've fully healed my childhood programming where I feel I'm enough. I feel I'm completely worthy. I feel that I'm good or a great person at all times. The fact of the matter is that wiring is still in me. I'm doing a lot better. I'm doing the best I've ever done in my life, but it's still there and it gets to be addressed. So what am I doing? I'm using self-hypnosis. Well, actually, I'm going to say what I'm doing, but actually I'm going to share with you some suggestions, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing and walk you through them real quickly because I see time is flying by. I'm giving you so much this evening. So you can use SIP. How we want to go to our subconscious oftentimes when we have a problem that is our BS, because typically our BS is taking place in our subconscious. So we ferret out, we get it to the surface. First off, you can use self-hypnosis recordings, or you can see a hypnotherapist, or you can make a self-hypnosis recording. Use theta brainwave entrainment music, record it with that, repeat it to yourself at a quiet hour in the morning or the evening. You can do visualization work, preferably while meditating. And you can do tapping as well. Now, I'm going to talk to you about the latest two, about two right here, because they're the ones I've been doing lately. And if there's time, and I'm not sure there will be, I'm going to walk you through a modest length one at the end. First off, what I'm doing each morning when I'm doing my meditation is I'm doing breath work right now of focusing and breathing in and out through the heart. In nice and gentle through the heart. Out nice and gentle through the heart. I'm actually breathing in through the nose, but I'm imagining the air coming into the heart. But what I'm doing is I'm working on healing my inner child. And if you're like me, or basically if you have a pulse, there's still some woundings in your inner child, no matter how great your parents have been. It's kind of the nature of the beast, although we all as parents or future parents try to do the best we can to not wound our children. But it doesn't have to come from us. It can come from life experiences. It can come from teachers. It can come from friends. But what I do is I breathe in and I send my inner child all the love in the world. And out, I send my inner child love. And in, I send my inner child all the love in the world. And out, I send my inner child love. I may put my hands on my chest and picture sending in love to little Michael and sending out love to little Michael. Or I might literally wrap my arms, hug myself. I send little Michael all the love in the world. I send little Michael all the love in the world. You do this, not necessarily for inner Michael. You do this for 5 or 10 minutes. I'm doing it for at least 20 or 30 minutes each morning. And it makes a powerful difference in healing your wounds. Secondly, you can go to tapping. And a powerful exercise, I've been using tapping to rewire the subconscious so much lately. I've been really, really enjoying it. You can do an exercise where you go through and you say, I love myself. And you go through, there are 8 different points. I'm going through them here on camera as best as I can. I love myself. I love my inner child. I'm here for you, little Michael. You're taken care of. You're loved. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. You're great, little Michael. You're amazing, little Michael. You are enough. You are enough. You are great. You are loved. You are perfect just as you are. I love you, little Michael. I love you, little Michael. You're surrounded by love. You are love. You're the most incredible little boy. I love you. I love you. I love you. It may seem crazy. It may seem weird. It may seem narcissistic, although nothing could be further from the truth. What you're doing is healing the wounds that cause you to pull out that revolver when the going gets good, or a step before that, when the going gets really scary. We're in the Tesla dealership and they're saying they've got the wrong loan paperwork and they're saying, take it or leave it. And the wounded inner child in Michael goes, and instead, if you're doing this work, you go, all right, I feel that. I don't feel that great. I love you, little Michael. I love you. I know you're feeling wounded. I know you want to run. Everything's going to be okay. And you step forward into your dreams. Next thing, watch your language in the new year. This is so critically important. I am as guilty as this as anybody on the first take, but then I catch myself, and I catch myself powerfully. We are addicted to negative thoughts, but more importantly, to negative shame, blame, woulda, coulda, and shoulding all over ourselves. And we literally get a dopamine response from it. It feels good to trash ourselves, or in my case, it feels good to attack myself so that nobody else can. I'll get the jump start. I'll attack myself before Jessica attacks me. I'll attack myself before my wounded inner child attacks me. Or most importantly, I'll attack myself before the wiring in my mind that gives me my parental messages, in essence, before my parents can attack me. We get a dopamine rush from it. We can literally get high on tearing ourselves down. What we want to do is watch those thoughts and catch them as quickly as we can. When we catch ourselves saying we're not enough, when we catch ourselves saying we're not worthy, we're blocking any flow to manifestation and we're really hurting ourselves. This negative self-talk is truly like a cancer and can literally kill you. So look at it, like doing the linking exercise. Look for what those negative dwellings are, and then link them any chance you can, and look for any negative expression that you give yourself. If you need to, recruit assistance. Ask a spouse, ask a partner, ask a loved one. You can almost ask a stranger to point out. Definitely ask a friend when you're going to a negative so that you can catch and switch it. Few last things. Make a vision board, something we did with our cars, we did with this home. We had the vision board on Maui talking about the mountain home with trails right out our back door. Get it on a vision board. Put as much emotion as you can behind it, or consider, I may get this term wrong, but what Jessica's been doing, she learned from her Dr. Joe Dispenza retreat, is make a mind movie. Use the power of video or TV, which can brainwash us, which is why it's so important to be careful what you watch on TV, but to brainwash yourself with good, positive messages. So make a mind movie to reprogram your subconscious. Give thanks for what you desire before you go to sleep. Nothing in the world is more powerful than gratitude. Thank you for this beautiful car. Thank you for this beautiful home. Thank you for this beautiful life. Thank you for my incredible health. I've had a sore knee the last week because we went crazy snowshoeing all over the place, and it's the strongest my knees have been in my entire life. I've been running up and down mountains, and I'm missing many apart, particularly in my left knee. All sorts of stories there, titanium parts, no ACL, and I've been flying up and down the mountains. So it's sore this week. I say, thank you for my super strong knee. Thank you for my super strong knee. Thank you for my super strong knee. And guess what? Maybe a few days, it might be longer, but my knee will get super strong. Pray, pray, pray. There's nothing more powerful than giving it up to a higher power. This and gratitude can switch everything. And then the last, and maybe the most important point of them all, whatever you want to manifest in life, whatever that is, requires one thing more than anything else: a decision and a commitment. Really the same thing. You must decide, you must make that commitment to step forward, to do what it takes, to make that shift and to step forward toward your dreams. If you don't make the commitment, then you can do all this other work. And I know so many people who are addicted, truly addicted to self-help. They watch podcast after podcast or video after video or read book after book, but they haven't made the commitment to change. If you don't make that decision, if you don't make that commitment, then truly nothing changes. But if you're willing to step forward, it may take longer than expected. It may be harder than expected. It may come about in ways that are completely the opposite of how you expected. But massive positive change and what you want to manifest and desire, or something better, will come about. Make that decision and then step forward into the new you, into your new self, each and every day, and it will come about. So Jessica's over here typing, so I'm only going to see if she raises her hand, which says she has something to speak, and if that hand doesn't go up, the hand went up. So we will take some questions here from people. One brief little moment, Jessica, if you can put the link one more time, because we do have the Manifestation Masterclass, this amazing group coaching program starting next week. We've got a flash sale for only the next 24 hours for our YouTube audience only to save $300. But I can help you. Actually, Jessica's coaching too. We can help you to manifest your dreams. I've got a Meowsers here. If I can pick him up, he can help you too to manifest your dreams. Meowsers will also be participating in our group coaching class, and he can also help you to manifest your dreams. Thank you so much, Meowsers. All right, let's take some questions as quickly as we can.
Okay. Our first question is from a name I don't think I can do justice pronouncing, so I won't. how to put our manifestations into flow?
It's a brilliant, brilliant question. Go to, and it's
Kamranamad Ahmad.
Kamranamad Ahmad. I love that name. I love it. I love it. Kamranamad, feel out the flow. So the flow is always out there. It's often 1 degree off from where we are, but feel what feels good. I don't know I need more verbs in the English language. Feel what feels good. And then that is your place of flow. So look for the emotional state behind things. If it feels like you're banging your head against the wall, step back, pause, keep doing your intention work, and then see what feels right to step forward. Why do I shop slowly? First off, I want to be very thorough about it without going too far. But then I want to say, is this in flow or not? In flow, step forward. Not in flow, ask many questions, go to automatic writing, and then see whether I get to step forward or not. Forgive me, everybody. I've got a cat hair on my tongue. Thank you, Meowsers. That's funny. So we want to feel this out. Feeling out where flow is often means pausing, going slower, and letting things come to you. It's often that expression, what is it? If you catch a butterfly, I won't get this right, but if you catch a butterfly, set it free. If it's yours, it comes back. If it doesn't, it wasn't meant to. That is actually talking about flow. If you pause and it works out, great. That's being in flow. If not, it wasn't meant to. Go a slightly different direction. Keep feeling your way forward and realize, come on, Ahmad, if I have that right, realize there is no one perfect answer. We often get stopped or trapped or locked in I don't know how to step forward because I don't know what the right step is. I recommend pausing. I recommend breathing deeply, stepping back, and then take any step forward. Do what feels good. And if you're going, I'm confused, wait and see if one feels better than the other. But don't stay in a place of locked or indecision, because life, money, everything is about circulation. That is flow. When you are moving forward, the answer can chase you down as long as you're not at a frenetic or frantic pace. So just step forward into you and see what comes of it. Be open. Keep all of your senses available to you. Don't rush too fast, and see what comes up. Last thought on flow. I love it. Whenever I say last, there's always something that comes after it. This, holding tight to what you want. I need that car. I need that car. I need that car. I need that car. That's not flow. That's not allowing for the universe to give you anything. As I was saying through the end of December, I'm open. If it's supposed to be, it will be. If not, I'm okay with that too. I'm open, I'm open, I'm open. And that made it much easier for it to step forward and for magic to happen. Beautiful question. Next question.
We have a lot more questions, Michael. How much time do you have?
I have, if we run late tonight, I can go maybe another 15 minutes or so. Okay. That's my coaching time. Next
question is from Diana C., who writes, I want to quit my job and manifest a job I'll enjoy and be happy with. I've been in my job for 2 months. It's so easy, but I get uncomfortable talking to people. Any advice, Michael?
So, Diana, that's really a couple questions in one. One, we have a question about maybe social anxiety. Two, we have a question about whether it's the job is you should be, should in quotes, quitting the job. So, Diana, I'm a big believer in moving slowly when it comes to jobs. I'm a big believer in the job being our investor in our future. So I would challenge you to write about this, journaling, morning pages, automatic writing, and get really clear why this job does not feel right. It may be that you're repeating a pattern, and this is actually a great opportunity for you to break that pattern. That's one piece of it. The next piece is we get to address the social anxiety issue. This is fairly complex, but we really want to do some healing work on yourself to get you into a place of I am enough, I am worthy, I feel good about myself no matter what is going on in my external environment. And then doing role-playing, practicing many pieces, tapping, all the manifestation work that you had here. So before you make a decision to run from this job, ask yourself, why am I leaving this job? And then ask yourself, from a financial position. And I'm not a guy who's going to say, let's talk about reality or get real or anything like that. But is it better that you hang in there for a while, you stay there for a while, you build this on your resume before you jump ship, or you look for another job on the side and use this as your investor until you have another position? So really, I want you to move to get clear, go to a place of meditation. That's a kitty you hear eating behind us. Go really quiet and then feel out what the next step is. If it's really to move and get the heck out of there, then use all the tools that you have here.
Okay, next question is from Nikki, who was asking for an example of 2019 in a circle.
2019 in a circle. Oh, yes. So an example would be...
She's very visual.
Okay. Do you want to run and grab a mind map?
Sure.
Do we have it around? So
I'll move on to the next question while I grab the mind map. Janet asks, how do you do your automatic writing?
Janet, it's a brilliant question. We have an entire program on it. However, I'm not one who says, oh, you just have to get the program, and if you don't buy that, we're not going to give it to you. Here's the 10-second version of automatic writing. First, you want to do at least 10 minutes of a silent meditation, meaning not guided, but focusing on your own breath or focusing on your own internal state. Second, you want to put on some theta brain entrainment music. That's something we have with our program. You can find some on YouTube as well to get you in a theta brainwave state. Third, you want to do some invocation prayers, basically to create a sacred space or a sacred bubble to be able to call in or out your inner wisdom. So it could be something like saying, God, thank you for surrounding me with love and light. God, thank you for guiding me with love and light. God, thank you for directing me with love and light. God, thank you for infusing me with love and light. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is a prayer to open that sacred space. Well, create that sacred space, but open that vessel from which you can communicate inside or outside, whatever you believe in, but to get those guided words of wisdom. Then you want to say a prayer of welcoming in assistance. So I'm going to give you kind of my abridged prayer. I use a much longer one, something that I teach in our program, but this can kind of get you started. Napoleon Hill, he did a lot of automatic writing work as well. He had a very long extended version of this too. And that is, good morning, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel. I love going to the archangels. Good morning, higher self. That's your soul. Higher team. That's all the people surrounding you, all the spirits surrounding you. Good morning, all angels, guide, and light workers here for my highest good and the highest good of all. What do I need to know today? And then you go quiet and you start writing and let that pen go no matter what. It is a practice. It takes time. In the beginning, you might only get a few words, then you might get more, then you might get whole sentences. Some people, though, they actually get prose and poems almost from day number one. So start into this. Don't worry what comes up in the beginning. It will shift your energetic state, though. You'll feel better. And you, over time, do this each and every morning as if you're going to the gym, or to be honest, even more religiously than if you're going to gym. And you will be able to start to quiet that monkey mind and get the deepest words of inner wisdom. All right. So we are going to show you a 2019 mind map here. And let me pull up my screen so that I can, we don't need to be on QuickBooks right now. That's funny. Let me go so I can see the camera. This is our 2019 mind map, just like I'm talking about. So you see 2000 in the center, 2019 in the center. Up near the top at like 1 o'clock is baby. Jessica said, well, why isn't baby at 12 o'clock where you put the Tesla? And I said, well, I put the baby in bigger print. So we've got baby on there. I can't read this thing backwards. Can you read it out loud or not? Or should I just put it down and read it?
Well, I'm wondering if there's some personal information that.
Okay, that's a good question. We've got income going up 10 times. Why not? We've got a mastermind. We've got buy this dream house. We've got, whoa, a bug that just landed on me. That was kind of cool. Group vault, social media, video, YouTube, viral videos, our health, group programs, deeper meditations, happier teeth, emptying our storage unit, meeting the coolest people, going inside the pyramids, getting Graham Hancock on the show, getting a puppy, ski gear, travel, visit folks, 1 million viewers getting an Amazon, Netflix, Oprah show, 10 million videos, viral videos, more music, maybe by the end of the year, a second Tesla. Now that would be kind of cool. If we could pull that off in a year, that would be our 4-wheel drive vehicle to get us to the trails. Our baby Hana, wardrobe, get a studio, get a tiny home that's separate for a studio. Awesome guests, raising people's vibration, winning races, running snowshoeing, chiropractic work, myofascial work, regular massage, lessons from the rich and famous, having that on as part of our show, having our Tesla show, meeting the coolest people, helping the most amazing people. So accessing the unified field, getting better brakes for the new car. I think I actually read just about every cleaning person on here. I don't think I had that partnerships. I think that covered social media, and that's just about everything for this one. And Jessica's like, well, okay. So for more detail, and are we safe? So what we did is you can do this and you can do a deep dive. So here we talk about 2019 in general. And right here we have video, YouTube, and viral videos. And we have 10 million viewers up here and more on viral videos. You can actually then blow it out. And you can go and you can put that as the center, and then start to blow out everything that is around that and dive in even greater detail. So here I have year of video, and I have everything from Video Vault, having a video dream team, producers, editors, social media gurus, the 1 million subscribers to our video channel, top 10 viral videos, more on viral videos, having a viral Tesla show where we drive around interviewing spiritual gurus, world's most awesome and inspiring guests, a Pookie Power channel. And we have a joke on here, kitties on crack eating catnip as a possible show. Massive loyal social media following, helping our video audience. All of these things are on here, so we blow that out to the next level. You can continue to drill down and build more detail. Again, notice, while we have the big picture items on here, it's all about the feeling at this point. We're not saying, how are we going to have 1 million subscribers? As you're listening to this, we're at 64, 65,000 subscribers. One can say, oh, that's too big of a leap. It's not. Get it down on paper. Draw this all out. Draw more, draw more, draw more. Get in that emotional state, and you can help to bring that about. All right, what do we have for next questions? Going to try to move real quickly here.
Our next question is from Michelle, who writes, what exactly do you mean by commit to change?
Ooh, that's the most important question, Michelle. Thank you for asking. It is one thing to say, I want change, and then to kick back and wait for change to happen. It is another thing to take steps on a daily basis. So for instance, at the end of the year, and I was looking at what was happening with Carla, and I was listening to my inner child and my inner voice, and I'm going, wow, particularly around the Tesla, because the Tesla was challenging me. It's funny, the closer you get to your dreams, the more your inner wiring is going to kick up a fuss. And Jessica would agree with this. You were alone. Yes, I was a little bit off my rocker at times the closer I got to my dreams. So it's one thing to say, I'm going to do something about this. It's another to take action on it. I committed to each and every morning going after my wiring even more with everything that I've got. Stepping forward each and every day into what is possible, or into what you thought was impossible, or into the darkness, or into the despair, and dragging it out into the light is so important. It's all about making a decision and saying, for instance, to say, I'm going to quit smoking. That's good. Or I think in the movies they say, that's nice. But I'm going to quit smoking. Throw it in the trash. Decision made. Next morning, I am a non-smoker. I am a non-smoker. Write out your non-smoker mind map. Do tapping on why you are now a non-smoker. You take those steps forward. If you have a trouble drinking, and we all have our own addictions, to say, I am stopping. Now, it may not be as easy as not another drink ever, but your decision is I am stopping. Throw yourself to an AA session. Get yourself a mentor or a partner. Not just get the books. That's the danger of self-help, is just listening and taking stuff in. Its decision requires action. It can be internal action, doing exercises, doing meditation. It can be external actions, getting your butt someplace. But a decision always requires action. If you haven't taken the action, then you haven't really made the decision. That's the danger of the self-help movement and of all the books out there, is you say, well, I bought the book. No. Did you do the exercise each and every day until basically your fingers got raw? That's making the decision. Thank you, Michelle. Brilliant question. And I want to send you all the love and support for whatever beautiful, giant, big, hairy, fat decision is in your future. We support you.
Hairy. Ooh. All right. Next question from Arthur in Sydney, Australia.
Yes.
Talking about Tesla. What does Michael think about scalar healing?
Ooh, you know, that term's come up several times recently. I don't actually know enough, Arthur, to tell you much about it. I will say this. I am beyond a believer in energetic healing. I am a knower in energetic healing. I have seen different modalities work far too many times to say, oh, maybe we'll see. I see it, and then how is it? I believe it, and then I see it. Energy healing works. All of these modalities worked. I broke various bones in which if I didn't have them put back together right away, I was going to die. Traditional medicine saved my life. I've had other opportunities where it's been energetic healing of many different times. We have completely transformed my health. They all have a time and a place, but I am a huge, cannot stress it enough, huge proponent of energetic healing. And I believe going after when it's not a life or death matter, meaning when you're not bleeding on the sidewalk, unless you have an amazing shaman by your side, I recommend go for the energetic healing first and foremost. That is not the alternative modality. That is the more advanced modality. And then we go back to the, quote, modern medicine if we need to. I am not a doctor. I do not play one on TV. I'm not giving you medical advice. But from my experience and the experience I've seen with far too many of my coaching clients, let's use all of these potentially advanced, non-invasive techniques so that we're not offending our bodies by cutting them open or giving them drugs which have many different effects, not side effects, they are effects, and our body is a complete system. So rather than affecting one piece of the system and who knows what it does to the other pieces, go for the energy first. Brilliant question. I think we have time for one last question.
Tips for reading fast.
That is the question. That's not an easy one to answer. So I get to eventually come up with a speed reading program. I don't honestly know how to do that yet. I do know how to read really fast. I don't know all of the pieces of the puzzle. At some point, I have, the best I can describe it, is loosened up my vision to where sort of like watching watching the movie The Matrix and watching any of the guys looking at the zeros and ones in the screens, and they say, you know, that's a police officer, that's a vehicle, that's a girl in a red dress. They can see that through the zeros and ones. When I read books now, I can see through the matrix, which is the filler words, and the most important things will pop out of a sentence, out of a paragraph, and out of a page. I'm not scanning like this. I am reading it, but I'm not consciously taking in anything but the key points. Those jump out at me, the key points, the key stories. Anything that's important pops out. The rest is all filler. I don't have to put that into my RAM, which is going to slow me down. There's probably an element where I'm reading beyond the speed of my voice, because we often have a voice in our head that's running when we're reading. And if we are running that voice, we are slowed down by how slowly we can hear ourselves. Instead, it is more of an intuitive visual exercise of a see the page, that's popping. Oh, you've got to write that down. You've got to write that down. Good. And always reading from a place, if at all possible, of non-fatigue. So it's dumbfounding even to myself. I tend to watch movies when I read, or I tend to, go for walks when I read. And I don't mean that I'm watching the movie in the moment. What I do is I'll read for 5, 10, 20 minutes at just this soak it up pace. And then I'll go watch a couple minutes of, today it was, oh my God, Austin Powers 3. Some good parts, some not so good parts. Just filler for a minute so that the brain goes, ugh. And then I go back in and take it all in. And then I'll go walk around the house or go outside or go check on the mousies so that my brain can go, ugh. And then I'll do that 1 or 2 more times. I'm always jotting notes during this. And then I've got the book read. If I try to force through and say, I'm just going to sit down here until I get it done, somewhere between that 20 to 45 minute mark, and we've had on some amazing guests on this. I'm thinking of Dr. Srini Pillai, who wrote the book Tinker, Dabble, Doodle, Try, talks about this. Somewhere in that 20 to 45 minute mark, the brain basically runs out of glucose or glycogen, and it can't absorb any more information. Typically, that's when we just starting into something and we slog through it. At that moment, though, I cut the cords and will stop rather than entering that shred zone where nothing is entering. I'm getting more fatigued, and now I'm trying to force my way through. Jessica, and a brilliant question. Eventually, we will have to have a program on this. Anything else you want to add, include?
Did you mention private coaching?
So I did not mention private coaching. What would you like me to share on private coaching here this evening?
Well, there are still openings for a free consult, so I'll put a link up in just a sec.
Okay.
But you've still got a waiting list out to February, which isn't that far away.
No, it'll
be here.
It'll be here 3 or 4 weeks. We got a 3 or 4 week waiting list. I noticed today that we had no more openings for people to sign up for a free session to speak with me about whether coaching is right and how I can help them and give advice. And so we opened up 3 slots for this week. 2 of them are already filled. 1 is still open. I think I have 2 or spots. The last I checked, maybe at the start of this YouTube live, that were still open. They may be filled as well. I'll try to open more and get a few more people in. I only take typically, I think it's 14 to maximum 17 people a month. It's unbelievably, this is where I'm not great at tooting my own horn, but it's beyond life-changing. And I'm waiting to see if you wanted to add anything so you could toot more horn.
Well, there's some testimonials on the webpage.
Perfect. They're testimonials. You can find those. So, but I would love to work with you. That is what I'm, as you can see, like a chipper monkey squirrel here, so excited about finding your purpose, your path, your direction, helping you on your way, quieting the monkey mind, dropping down into your inner voice, gaining that inner wisdom, and helping you step by step on your path as an accountability partner with you each step of the way. It is what I love doing more than just about anything else in the world. And I'd be happy and honored to speak with you and potentially to work with you as well. With that said, I feel like doing a, do I want to do a tapping exercise, or do I want to do a breathe in and out, sending love to ourselves exercise for just a minute or 2? And then I have got to boogie here.
Let's see what the audience wants.
What does the audience want? So really, really quickly, does everybody want a tapping exercise or a breathing exercise? Let's see what the first comments that come up right away are. And Carol, I see that you wrote in, and be sure to ask us about offline about something that's starting mid-February for a very select few. It's on. It is game on, Carol. All right, let us say, so we got breathing, we got tapping, we got breathing, we got tapping. So we're at 50-50. Come on, guys, which do you want, breathing or tapping? We've got breathing. We've got wee. Love to you, Michelle. Love to everyone. The links to the work. We've got breathing. Let's see. We'll take, so we're basically, I think breathing is 1 ahead. Tapping is now even. And it's going neck and neck into the final step. And we've got a breathing, and we've got a you guys are messing with us now. All right. We're going to do a breathing exercise. Oh, it's what? You wrote both of those. All right, we're going to do a breathing exercise for everybody tonight. So I want you to get comfortable, get really, really comfortable. And you got to know something. I get really energized about all of this. I am not always this energized. So I'm coming off of like way up high in the clouds, and we are going to drop down into a really, really cool meditation here just for a minute or two. So what I want you to do is get comfortable. The final tally is in. Breathing has won. And what we want to do is, as long as you're not driving, but if you're driving a car, how can you be watching this? Unless you have the Tesla. But that's a whole nother story. So, which actually literally does have a computer screen in the center and no speedometer, no instruments, just the computer screen. But notice, start listening to my voice. Notice how I'm going a little bit slower. I'm going a little bit deeper. We're calming down. We're quieting the mind. We're slowing the breath. We're slowing the breath. We're slowing the breath. What I'd want you to do from here, you can close your eyes, and I want you to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. In and out. We always go through the nose. That's like a baby. And in. Baby going for mama's milk is always breathing through the nose and out. Now I'd like you to put a hand on your belly. As you breathe in, feel that belly expand with air. And out. And in. And out. You may have a natural tendency to put your hand on your heart. If so, let's do that now. Breathe in and out. Now you can just continue to breathe in and out. And what I'd like you to do is repeat out loud or in your mind's eye along with me. I love myself. I send myself love. I breathe in all the love in the world. I breathe out, send myself love. I love my little inner child. I love my inner child. I send my inner child so much love. I send my inner child so much love. I love you, little, whatever your name is. I love you, little Michael. Pat your chest. I love you, little. I love you, little. I love you so much, inner child. I love you so much, inner child. Put your hands over your shoulders. Give yourself a hug. I love you so much, inner child. 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 It's all okay. I'm here for you. I love you, inner child. It's all okay. I'm here for you. I love you, inner child. I'll always be here for you. I love you, inner child. I'll always be here for you. I love you, inner child. I love myself. I love you, inner child. I am worthy. I love you, inner child. I am enough. I love you, inner child. I am loved. I love you, inner child. Keep hugging yourself. I am loved. I love you, inner child. I am loved. I love you, inner child. Keep breathing for a minute. Pat yourself on the chest. I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. I am great. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am special. I am enough. I am loved. I am on fire. I love my life. I love myself. And I love my inner child. You can open your eyes. Woohoo! I love you guys. I love you so much. I want to thank you so much for joining us here this evening. See if Jessica has any last thoughts. I am quite mellowed out now. I've got to run for some coaching now. I've really got to run. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing as many of you as can fit in before we are full in our group coaching program next week. Feel free to sign up for a one-on-one with me. Would love, love, love to talk with you. Above and beyond all else, shine bright. Woohoo! Namaste, everybody. Love you guys.